The Neon Demon is a film unlike any I've seen before. After the first viewing, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. I felt that the film was a slow burn that took a sharp turn in the third act and went full-on crazy. But despite this, I couldn't stop thinking about the film. It looked great, was well directed, and had a lot of strange things going on in it. I knew that these strange things had to mean something, so I watched it again, and I liked it a lot more the second time. I'm still not entirely sure what the director was going for, but I'd like to give my interpretation. This video will contain spoilers, so tread carefully. The film is about Jessie, a 16-year-old runaway from Georgia who goes to LA to become a model. She's pretty and trusting, but she also seems to have a darker side. She's new to the city, but is lucky in that she finds an agent quickly and lands a coveted spot in a runway show. Jessie then alienates her love interest Dean and goes to her friend Ruby's house, who solicits sex from Jessie, gets rejected, makes out with a corpse, and later murders Jessie by pushing her into an empty pool and then eats her with two of the jealous models. Then, at the end, one of the jealous models throws up Jessie's eye and kills herself, while the other jealous model eats the eye and walks back to her photo shoot. Wait, what? So of course it's easy to see why this film is so divisive. It starts out as one thing and then goes completely off the rails. I will say that this is a deliberate film, and by that I mean that every frame means something. Every set, scene, and smirk means something. This film has a lot of questions, and only one man can answer that, and that's the writer and director, Nicholas Winding Refn.
Art is not about good or bad, guys. It's good or bad as your Chinese food or your pepper steak at whatever French bistro you had last night. Creativity is about reactions. And reactions is the essence of an experience. The essence of an experience is planting thought. If you don't react, what are you doing here?
One thing that I really like about this film was the way that he sets things up for later. He mentions something earlier in the film and it makes an appearance later. Jessie's first photo shoot is a grotesque scene where she's covered with blood. Her last scene of the film is grotesque where she's covered in blood. After the first photo shoot, she meets makeup artist Ruby, who cleans her up with all the fake blood, but later in the film, after Jessie is murdered, Ruby is covered in real blood. Another clever thing that Refn set up was the eye. In a dialogue with Dean earlier in the film, Jessie mentions that she used to think that the moon was a big eye.
I thought the moon looked like a big round eye. And I would look up and I'd say, "Do you see me?"
Jessie's ultimate demise is off screen. Maybe Refn saves us the gore of witnessing the act of cannibalism. However, Gigi later throws up Jessie's eye. Gigi feels tremendous guilt as if she's being watched or judged. Now, one interesting thing about this film is things that we don't see. For instance, we don't ever see any of the girls eat in this film. There's a scene at a diner, but we don't see the food. There's also a theme with the food. We have the cliched models have eating disorder stuff, but one of the first scenes of the film, Ruby asks Jessie if she is sex or food. And later in the film, when Jessie denies Ruby's advances, she stops becoming sex and becomes food. Another big theme of this film is triangles. We see them several times throughout the film. Jessie's transformation scene is full of triangles. Ruby, Gigi, and Sarah represent the triangle as well as surround Jessie in a triangular fashion before she's murdered. But what does it mean? Refn did state that it represents femininity, but to me it represents the three girls and their thoughts on beauty. Ruby is captivated by it, Sarah is jealous of it, and Gigi thinks she can have it manufactured for her. And also, staying on the girls, I want to talk about the theme of animals in this film. Early in the film, a mountain lion is in Jessie's motel room. Later at Ruby's house, we see many taxidermied animals, including a leopard. Those animals are predators and show Jessie's independence and ferocity. She's a lot stronger than she lets on. However, the other girls are a different story. They are the wolves. They need to be together to be strong. Ruby takes a liking to Jesse the whole movie, so she's off limits. But once she makes Ruby mad, the other two wolves enter the picture and the strong predator is taken down. Think I'm crazy? In the bloodbath scene, you can see a taxidermied wolf right behind Ruby. So, all in all, I don't think that this is a perfect film, far from it, but there's a lot of interesting things going on in it. And maybe that's the real point of this film, to look deeper, to look beyond the great images, to look beyond the beauty and see the real story.